So what we've done here today is completely empty this pond and pull all of the sludge out of the bottom. We filled one of those big green wheelie bins, and the amount of crap that came out was pretty extraordinary. I started off using the claw and just clawing it all out. Then I got my good old net and started scooping it all out until we got most of the waste out. We would have been there all day to get all of it out. So we then proceeded to refill the pond again. Obviously it looks terrible right now because we've just disturbed everything. We took the filter apart and gave it a very good clean in tap water, which we normally would not do. We'd usually only use water from the fish pond to keep the good bacteria. The UV sterilizer is off, and we won't turn that back on for another month after running, once it's got some good bacteria in it. Then we filled the pond back up with water. We treated the water with some water ager, some carbonate powder, and some KH salts. Now, what we'll do moving forward, we'll get the fish back in. We had to take the fish out because of fear of hydrogen sulfide, because of all the sludge in the bottom. Then, once the water's been treated, acclimatise the fish back in again. Then for future, we'll try and net out leaves as often as possible to stop stuff decaying in the bottom. It's also good to add a bit of aquarium detox or pond detox to remove any sludge and help stop the build-up of any hydrogen sulfide or old pond syndrome in the meantime. We'll try and backwash this filter on a regular basis, preferably every couple of weeks, which is just open that cap up, switch that lever over and start pumping on it so all the dirt comes out. Once the dirt stops coming out, you can switch it back, put the cap back on and put it back to normal run. The other thing that we'll try to do too is use the pond for watering the garden, because that's a really simple way of getting a bit of exercise. Just get a 20-litre bucket and throw a bit of water around the yard, bit on the garden, bit on the lawn, bit of high nutrient water for the garden, and that will make sure that on a regular basis water's coming out. Because what we really don't want is to leave the same water in there and just top it up. Otherwise, over time, things will accumulate in the water, and that will lead to lower water quality. The other thing we're going to recommend is that at least every quarter, just grab your phone, make a little video like this of the pond running, and bring a sample of water down to Majestic Aquarium so we can have a check on it. And then we're going to start feeding better quality foods like Danichi food, and feed them about once a week so they eat all the food in about 30 seconds. If the pond's dirty, we really don't want to feed at all, and then we might need to feed a bit more if the fish do get skinny. So this will be a super awesome low maintenance feature to the garden once it's all cleared up, and I think within a day or so this will probably clear up really nicely. The water coming out of the waterfall is actually quite clear, so once the filter removes the rest of those particles and this pond has a chance to settle down, it should be really beautiful.